Welcome to Health Update Extra, Rockford Health System news and information you can use to make informed health decisions. In this segment of Health Update Extra, Dr. Juliet Ugarte Hopkins, a pediatric hospitalist at Rockford Memorial Hospital, discusses how you can stop the spread of the H1N1 virus in your home and in your community. She also talks about the everyday steps you can take to prevent yourself and your child from getting infected. How long can an infective person spread the virus?
People who are infected with the influenza virus actually can spread this disease even one day prior to developing any symptoms. So that means even if you're feeling well, you still may be infected and you still may be able to get other people sick without even knowing it. Once you develop symptoms, fever, body ache, runny stuffy nose, cough, any of those, generally you're considered infectious for about 5 to 7 days after that fact. Additionally, you should also be fever-free without using an anti-fever medication like Tylenol or Motrin for 24 hours in order to be considered non-infectious or unable to spread it on to other people.
How long should my family and I stay home from school or work?
This is a question that's being encountered a lot because with all of the concern about H1N1 influenza specifically and how easily it spreads, especially with the pediatric or child community, this is something that comes up a great deal. One thing to remember is that there are many different rules depending on your employer, depending upon your child's school. So it would be a good idea to give them a call and make sure that they don't have rules that might be different from what the CDC has been recommending. However, as of right now, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, states that just because there's someone who is ill in your home does not mean that you yourself, if you are not ill, need to segregate yourselves. So if you are a parent and you have a child who is ill and cannot attend school or daycare, if you yourself feel well, you should still be able to go to work as you normally do. Likewise, if one parent or if a sibling of a child is sick at home, but the child themselves is well, they also should be able to attend school unless they themselves become sick.
What are some tips you can use to prevent the spread of H1N1 and the seasonal flu?
One of the greatest things that you can do to protect yourself from getting sick with H1N1, seasonal influenza, or really many, many different types of illnesses out there, is to keep your hands clean. Hand washing is the first line of defense, and that's something that's simple to do. It's not difficult. You can carry around hand sanitizer with you at all times, and that really will make a huge impact because remember, it's all about having it on your hands and then touching your face, which we always do all the time, even when we don't think about it. So if you keep your hands and your kids' hands as clean as possible, then your chances are going to be much, much lower. Other things, though, that are important to do is to try to stay away as much as you can from people who obviously are ill. If you see that there's somebody close by who is coughing and sneezing, you might want to try to keep your distance from them. The other thing you might want to suggest is that they cover their cough or their sneeze, as you now know is supposed to be done. But trying to keep yourself and your children away from people who are actually ill also makes a big difference. This is something that's difficult around the holidays, especially when family members want to get together, but it is something to keep in mind, especially if you have very young children. If you have an infant under the age of 6 months, don't have absolutely everybody kiss them on the face. If they just want to say hi and keep their distance and see the new baby, that's perfectly fine, but try to avoid all of the face kissing or hand kissing because that unfortunately is something that we see in the hospital sometimes, is that babies that young get ill just because it's a family member who unfortunately was ill at the time when they saw the baby. Lastly, immunization. Absolutely. As soon as you can, get immunized to protect yourself, protect the people around you who haven't yet been able to get immunized, and also protect the people who can't get immunized, like those children under the age of 6 months. The only thing that's protecting them is those around them who are immunized and hopefully will not be getting the infection so that then they can't pass it on to them. Another thing that you can do to avoid spread of infection in your home very simply is to use a regular household disinfectant spray. There's ones that are for bathrooms, there's ones that are for kitchens, and really any of those that you can buy commercially at your local store also would help a great deal. Remember, those tabletops, those hard toys, those doorknobs are all prime sources of people catching infection, simply because those are things that we and our kids are touching all the time. So if you use those type of spray cleansers, maybe a little more often than you generally do, that'll also help you keep you and your family safe, hopefully, from getting infected.
Health Update Extra is produced by Rockford Health System. Become a subscriber to the Rockford Health System YouTube channel or become a fan on the Rockford Health System Facebook page, and you'll receive notices on future Health Update Extra topics.